Hi, my name is Zane Lucky Hampton. I am the creator of Sitrep, a military anthology series, and this is SD. All right, so if you've seen SD, it is a wild short. Now, this was a project and just kind of something that really became completely impromptu, completely improvisational, and me and Drew Lopez, who's an actor I've worked with on some of his projects and some of my own, we just kind of got together and decided let's just try something and kind of have some fun. So it was the middle of the night. We were outside, we're hanging out, and I just went, let's, shoot something kind of cool. Let's just do something a little different. And so I kind of start talking to him about, the idea where I'm like, hey, I want to do this, thing where, this guy, is interviewing this other soldier, talking about a story. Let's do something crazy, kind of wacky. Let's just kind of have some fun with it. And so I told him this story about, what if we do it where, this guy ends up going and collecting, some high value target, and then as they're bringing him, the guy escapes, but they got him zip tied. And then when he ends up running into this room, they run after him. They realize there's no escape in that room, is only that room, there's nothing in it, but the guy is no longer there. It's a woman, a super fat like old lady, who she is zip tied the same way he was, but they can't take her back because it's not the character. And it's just this weird kind of like shape-shifting kind of story or whatever. Drew actually hated it. He didn't like it. He didn't want to do it. And so I was like, well, then you come up with something, man. And so he ended up started looking at, different stories of ghost stories in the military and other stuff. And while he's looking that up, I was setting up the lighting and setting up, the ambiance. So that was shot in the middle of the night. But when you see it, of course, it doesn't look like that. And so that was, kind of the point that I kind of wanted to put together. And as I was putting it up, he was looking at it like, okay, is this going to work? All right, I trust you, whatever. And the whole time I was just kind of letting him come with the character. Then when we sat down, I said, look, I'm going to play a character as well. I'm just off screen. Just play to me, and let's just work with something. So we just started shooting, and we just started talking about stuff and just kind of going crazy. And Drew is not in the military, has never been in the military, so he's missed a few things on it. But honestly, the guy really did a good job, especially with what he had. And just kind of getting thrown into an improv like that was a little bit crazy. It's a hard test for anybody. So I was really impressed by him as to how he could pull that together, especially with so little time to kind of get the character understood and get the story together. He ended up deciding to use the story of the fat lady shapeshifter thing, and I just thought that was kind of funny, and that was it. Like, it was really just this kind of fun that we just kind of played together and put it together. We didn't know if we were going to release it. We didn't know if we were going to actually do it. And then as I was looking into it, I just went, you know what, why would we do all that work and not put it out there? It may not be the purifiers as far as the quality of what we were going for, but I really kind of wanted to play with the AI and see what we could kind of put in. And so using AI and kind of putting it together, I used different helmet cam shots as inspiration for the references, and then just tried to kind of get it to follow and pull along this different kind of look. And then I downgraded the footage just a little bit so it looked just a little bit more grainy, a little bit off, so that way it looked a little bit more real. And I just was really impressed by how it kind of all came together, and it just looks, really interesting. I mean, some people, think it was a video game, like that was kind of funny. And, it's kind of getting there, but we're trying to kind of learn how to mesh this stuff to where it replaces CGI, because shooting, this short as this was, it would have cost, $200,000 to do this. Whereas it only cost us, I think like $25 to make this. And it was the story and the effort and just kind of playing around with this thing that kind of pulled this thing together. But it was just like, man, looking at it and going, but even with CGI, like the CGI for just that kind of scene, that kind of sequence, that's $100,000 there. And here we were able to just do it in a flash. And yeah, it is a little bit kind of wonky to work with and try to figure out. You can figure it out, you kind of pull it together, and it's only getting better. And this is something that has really brought us as filmmakers and us as indie filmmakers who don't have these budgets, who are just wanting to tell stories. That's all we really want to do. We're now at the same kind of playing field as these billion-dollar companies that are putting together these CGI things, spending all these money on the teams and all that kind of stuff. Now we're able to kind of get to that point to where hopefully we can be recognized, because believe me, if we had the money or the budget or the backing to be able to do that, we would have done that. But without it, nothing would exist. We wouldn't be able to make these stories. We wouldn't be able to tell these things. And so they would just be, in our minds, in our brains, instead of being out there. And so as much as people shit on them, as much as people don't like them, as much as people are, who don't make anything, like to talk, shit, the truth is that we really don't care. We're just happy that we get to tell these stories and get to have fun and get to experience this, because that's what this was for. This was for the experience. So Sleep Deprivation, which was just a crazy little improv experiment between, two actor buddies that just wanted to make something. We just made it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So that was SD.